So today's video, we have very exciting news. Before the video, we have very exciting news. Earlier this week, the ESG team has confirmed that they are taking applications for the closed beta. And they're mostly going to focus on their stream team at first so that they can focus on pushing the content to the media so that people can see everything they've been working on. But this is great news for us as we can see everything they've been working on. So with that in mind, if you want to play it early, go ahead to their Instagram and sign up early. It's already getting a lot of buzz from pro athletes and the football community in general. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go straight to an early look at the player builds. So in ESG 24, you will have to play both ways. And who's a better two-way playmaker than Travis Hunter? So in today's build walkthrough, we're going to be making Travis Hunter. Now, just a few things about the player builder in MyLegend. There are a variety of creation rules that exist when the game launches. Each player starts with 4 skill sets and gets a maximum of 8 skill sets as their overall increases. Once a player selects a passing skill, they cannot get 8 skill sets. So if they have only 7 skill sets when making a Mike Vick build, keep in mind you'll only have 7 skill sets in the final version of the game. If a player has selected 7 non-passing skills and are about to select an 8th skill set, passing skills will not be available. A player unlocks new skill sets at 90, 95, 97, and 99 overall. 1 allocated skill makes a player proficient in that skill. 2 allocated skills makes a player pure in that skill. 3 allocated skills make a player supreme in that skill. Therefore, a character with 3 skill sets attributed to Speedster will be known as a Supreme Speedster. A player cannot become supreme in any skill until they reach 97 overall. Once a player selects a Speedster skill, they cannot select Return Man skill. Once a player selects Return Man skill, they cannot select Speedster skill. Once a player selects a passing skill, they cannot select an offensive lineman skill. Once a player selects a passing skill, they cannot select Return Man skill. Once a player selects Return Man skill, they cannot select a passing skill. And lastly, once a player selects a passing skill, they cannot get 8 skill sets. Like I said earlier, you're going to be stuck at 7. So for the Travis build, he's a Supreme Smother, and the rest of it just works itself out. But man coverage is going to be elite. You're still going to be able to go get the ball. You're still going to be able to be a threat on offense, and little bonus points, you're going to be a nice little threat on special teams. Just in case y'all were curious, I did play around in the builder a lot. I'm just saying his height and weight right now because it's Travis Hunter. But if you switch around the skill sets, then he has different attribute caps and different badge caps, and that will affect the overall. As you see right here, the build I made earlier in the week capped out at 84 overall. The one I'm making today caps out at 99 overall, so I believe it's a little bit better, but that's just a warning before you go in. Your skill sets do affect your attributes and badges, so you're gonna want to be careful about that when you're thinking about making your build when the game first comes out. You're gonna want to think about what you want to do very well and what you want to do okay. Moving on to listing every badge, we have Blockade, Demolition Man, Dog Pound, Electrify, Blue Trap, Lumberjack, Matador, and Trailblazer in the blocking slot. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys read it from the bottom because I don't have time to read every description, otherwise this video will be like 20 minutes long. Moving on to coverage, we have Active Hands, Air Bandit, Air Defense, Ball Hawk, Gracious Grab, Influence, Island, Jammer, Lurk, Recovery, Sentinel, Slithery, Tip Drill, and Unfakeable. By now you probably see the correlation between the 6 possible tiers of your badges on the left and your available upgrade points. Moving on to engaging, we have Armbar, Atlantean, Equalizer, Ferocity, Raging Bull, Shredder, Solidified, Tamer, Tornado, and Trench Disruptor. After this, we're going to go on to passing, which sadly I have no available upgrades either. But if I did do a passing skill set, I would only be able to have 7. Keep that in mind. Moving on, we have Bomber, Check Down, Dink, Dot, Escape Artist, Field General, Flat Attack, Frozen Rope, Improviser, Manipulator, Mobile Marksman, Muddle Huddle, Muscle Throw, Pinpoint, Pump, Sixth Sense, Speed Read, and Speed Release. These are all pretty dynamic badges. They add a lot of character to your playstyle, so you're going to want to think really hard about what you want to upgrade and how much, because they have 6 tiers: Gold, Legend, Hall of Fame, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. I'm assuming that Bronze will help you be able to do something Silver will help you do it well. Gold will help you do it proficiently. Since there's 6, I'm assuming it's like 2K, but a little different because then the percentages will be a little bit different. But moving on to physical, we have Afterburner, All Day, Center Fielder, Cheetah, Energized, Muscle, Quick Adjuster, Quick Strafe, Shifty, and Skywalker. These are all honestly pretty good for any build you want to make, as most of these badges are just upgrading your intangibles. But moving on to receiving, we have Basket Catch, Box Out, Business Decision, Diamond Hands, Eyes Downfield, Fancy Feet, Fearless, Go Getter, Human Highlight, Jump Ball, Miracle Worker, Play Extender, Rocket Catch, Separator, Slick Release, Soft Hands, Sticky Hands, and Twinkle Toes. So there's a lot of space for you to specialize your receivers in ways, playstyles that you want to have, like possessive receivers, twitchy, fast receivers, head top, go get it, jump ball receivers. I'm not seeing, unless you go all out on receiving, you mixing playstyles, but then you would lack on defense. So you're going to want to really consider all of the badges that you use in the playstyle that you're going to want to have. Moving on to rushing, we have Ankle Breaker, Boogie, Boosted, Break Loose, Bunnies, Cradle, Freight Train, Haymaker, Quick Start, Spin Cycle, Stop and Go, Teflon, Thoroughbred, and Tunnel Vision. Sadly, as my Travis Hunter build, I'm not going to have any of these, but in the game, I'm going to make myself as a running back. So I really want Ankle Breaker. I know that one's going to be crazy. Break Boost. All of these are really good in changing the dynamics of the player, but it's fine that we don't have it now because he's going to be sneaky nice on special teams with 15 available upgrades. We have Backspin, Coffin Corner, Focus, Golden Boot, Iced Veins, Knuckleballer, Lionheart, Quirky Bounce, and Shoe Sniper. It's important to remember that it's going to be 11 on 11 football, so somebody's going to have to end up kicking the ball. So if it's you, if you want it to be you got to think about these badges really hard. Moving on to tackling, we have Determined, Devastator, Dislodger, Fear Tactic, Force Field, Halt, Ripper, Seeker, Sure Tackler, and Wrangler. These are going to be essential on defense, but as a cornerback, I'm not going to need too many because I'm not going to be laying boomsticks. So I let him rock with 7, but it's going to be good in the end. When I show you the badges he got, it's going to be good, trust. Now that we've been over all the badges, once you select all your skill sets, you can check it in the summary to see what you built. I have a Supreme Smother, so he has 3 of those skill sets. Proficient Route Runner, which means he has 1 of those skill sets. Pure Patroller, which means 2. And Proficient Speedster. He's good at slot and corner, mostly corner because, you know, Trav. Offensive assessment starter, defensive assessment superstar. Perfect, because I'm pretty sure he wants to play DB in the league, but he could play both. Now we're just going to go ahead and upgrade all the stats. And it's important to note that you see his overall gets to 99 here as opposed to the other build I showed you where his overall maxed out at 84. So you really want to think about what you want to make your character specialized in. Now, I'm going to show you all the badges and justify why I got them. So with this build, I wanted to make a lockdown defender. So with tackling, I just want to make sure that he could get the tackle, like he at least slows down the defender so that the rest of the defense can do their job. That's why we got Gold Sure Tackler. Seeker, I feel like pursuit angles are really like a user thing. So if you know your pursuit angles, good for you. If not, you might got to get it higher than bronze. But I feel like bronze is just going to give you enough to just get those animations that you need. Dislodger and Fear Tactic should be self-explanatory because I don't want anybody catching the ball on this guy. So if they're near the ball, those are silver and gold so that I have a high proficiency getting it out. Honestly, I was thinking about getting Seeker on nothing, and then I could have Dislodger on gold, or I could even put Fear Tactic on Hall of Fame, but that y'all can do that if you want. So for special teams, a lot of games really come down to field goals. So if we're ever in a position that somebody needs to kick a field goal, he got Shoe Sniper, he got Golden Boot for increased power, and he got Ice Vein so that if it's a clutch situation, he's not going to miss. Backspin in case you have to punt and you're backed up in enemy territory. And last but not least, Lionhearted because you're going to be taking the kicks back. So you want to catch the kicks. If you drop the kick, muff the punt, that's just an easy way to give the enemy the ball back. So you don't really want that. Moving on to rushing. I have no rushing badges. I'm sorry. You can argue you got a little boogie, but I just thought being a lockdown was more important, so I needed more badges in that area. Moving on to receiving, we have 24 badges, so we can have a little bit of fun with this one. I went with this combination because I wanted to make sure that he was a sure catcher in the medium and long range game, because like the shorter routes are probably going to be slots and running backs, you know, shifty guys that are just going to make people miss. So I wanted to be able to take the ball off of people's heads. I got miracle worker, rocket catch for when I use slick release and separator to get off the line, and then the defender just falls off me. He should be wide open most of the time. Fearless, just so that he doesn't drop the ball. Eyes downfield seems important so that you can run after catch. But moving on to physicals, you need Hall of Fame afterburner. Of course, we're gonna have all day because who else is playing every down of a college football game? I'm thinking energized. I'm thinking shifty, because when I'm guarding the shifty DB, I gotta make sure I stay in front of him so that he doesn't get any easy slants, any easy quick outs, anything that can just torch us through the whole game. Skywalker, you're gonna be guarding some tall people, so at 6'1", you probably need Skywalker, but this is what I went with. So we don't have any passing or engaging badges, but I do think that the engaging badges are really worth looking into, as they can help your whole line. Moving on to coverage, active hands. You know what? I'll just show y'all. I'll explain it later. So like I said, I want to make a lockdown build, and with active hands in Air Bandit GOAT or Air Bandit Legend, any ball in the air is going to be mine. Lurk, they're not going to be able to get the ball in my vicinity. Slither, in case you got somebody a little bit faster than you, you got that makeup speed. Air defense, obvious reasons. Ball hawk, if the ball's up, I want it. Gracious grab, make sure he doesn't drop it. And you got Mr. Heisman on your team. Influence is going to make everybody better. So the defense is really going to be scary if he has influence on gold. Island, self-explanatory. Recovery, that's a good one, because when you're T-stepping, that helps you make moves on the ball faster. So does unfakeable. So with bronze on both of those, if you have good play recognition in real life, I feel like you'll be able to rock with bronze on those. Moving on to blocking, since we only have 3, I want to put it on Trailblazer, since I'm a lockdown corner. I'm not the strongest guy, so if I gotta get past the screen or if they got a kick out block, I want to be able to have a chance to get past it. And then blockade, just to help my own line, because if I'm not going to be blocking, I might as well help raise their attributes, raise their overalls, you know, give them a boost. Same as influencer, you know, same mindset, just being an overall good team player, since that's not my area of expertise. With all that being said, you guys should have the tools to go and make the perfect build for yourself. If you want to make a Travis build like I did, you can follow along with the video, but my emphasis is that the skills that you do put does make a big difference, as you see in the difference between the 99 and the 84. So think about how you want to play the game, and think about how you want to play with others when going into the builder. With all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see y'all in the heights. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and think about subscribing. Peace. That's a step up today. Went to work on my checkup today. All these gribby saw girls want to check on my page. I got plaques on my wall, got a plaque on the way. Got the guys playing trust because we all getting paid. Blowing the sweater, why would I complain? Pop melatonin and sleep on the plane. Reach for my chamber, I pop it.